I don't mean to keep lying to you, I really don't. That was just, that's a good idea. Um, I legitimately just passed out there, and so I didn't do anything. In fact, just woke up. I need to use those use that grocery money. It's about $30, and um, it's gonna. Well, I don't know what my grandmother's doing yet, but that's probably gonna keep me in until the end of the month. So I want to kind of do this over the next couple of days, sort of thing, because it's what, the 18th. Um, I think I'm looking at 10 days solid inside. So, um, I mean, unless something changes, and it might. Things always do. Um, I'll have my options exhausted for a while. Um, so I'm gonna do half of the grocery shopping tonight, and the other half early in the morning. Um, and I need to do some things tonight. I haven't eaten since I got back. In fact, I didn't eat before I left, so I didn't eat on Friday. I didn't eat on Saturday, and it's gonna be late on Sunday that I eat. That this wasn't intentional. In fact, I spent more in Detroit than I meant to. But what that means is that because I haven't eaten in the last couple of days, my stopgap grocery bill is going to go down a few extra dollars, which is going to make it a little bit more reasonable. So, it would have been pretty close otherwise, but now that like I've got one tomato instead of two, right? Like stuff like that. It's just it means that it'll for sure get under kind of thing. And that's that. The heat wave is apparently coming down. A little bit cooler tomorrow. The reason I need to go now is because I need ice cream. I'm flat out of ice cream. It seems to be the issue for me. I'm kind of week after week. Is that I'm sorry. Hurt in my mouth. Ow. Is that I'm consistently running out of ice cream. It's an important part of my diet. It's a big part of my fat content. That and cheese. But I go a lot of days without eating any cheese. I mean, I go about half the days if you really work it out, right? Because the way I make my spaghetti, I'll make one bowl of spaghetti and I'll eat it for 2 days, right? Unless I'm like really hungry. In fact, I might be really hungry tonight. We'll find out. But normally, like I'll eat all the cheese on the first day and I won't have any the next day. So the ice cream is really the. Besides maybe, I put a kiwi in there. Kiwis are kind of like avocados, right? But still, it's ice cream might sound like an unnecessary luxury, but in my diet, I design my diet to ensure that it's one of my only sources of fat. So, yeah, you need some fat. It's how it is, and I get mine from ice cream. There's lots of different ways you can get your fat. You can get it from, murdering your neighbors and putting them down to a soup bowl. You can get it from catching pigeons out in the back. Pigeons and coons. No, there's lots of ways to get your fat. I get it from ice cream. It's, I think, a little more simple and certainly much more tasty. Although, do I want to get into this ice cream versus steak? I'll pick ice cream, thanks. We're gonna wait until I get back to talk. We're gonna wait until I'm done eating to talk and go through all the things. It's the same thing as yesterday. I'm really too scatterbrained. It's a beautiful night for a walk. I'm happy about that. And I'm going to, okay, so the clothes store doesn't have, I mean, it just happens to be that all the things I need today, except some bagels, are things I would get at the car stores. So I'm not even going to bother going to the clothes store tonight. They're almost closed anyways. So I'm going to go to store number 2. And that might be, it's, I forgot to tell you what time it is. It's about 7:45. Store number 2 closes at 9. So, I won't be in there very long, but I mean, I want to get there right now. I'll try to get there for 8:30 anyways. If I can't find everything I want there, then I'll go to store number, I'll go to the far store. The far store is open until 11. I would actually love to find an all-night grocery store. I don't think there is one. If there is, I don't know where it is. Windsor's too small for that. I mean, there's Shoppers Drug Marts. And in fact, one of the things I have to get today is conditioner, because I'm just about flat out. I can't find, I think that the brand of shampoo and conditioner I've been using has recently been discontinued, which is frustrating. But it might just be how it is, right? I gotta try it. There's a couple of Shoppers I can try. I don't think that, well, I might have to go to the far store for that too. But what I was getting at is the only, I mean, besides Max and stuff, like the only thing I know that's open all night is that there's a few drugstores that are open all night. But the all-night grocery store is, see, it's funny because like Windsor is a giant suburb, right? It's like there is no like city of Windsor. It's just like a bunch of suburbs that are like kind of connected. And you'd think that if the city is basically a bunch of suburbs, then the all-night grocery store would actually make a lot of sense. But it's kind of small town suburb though. Anyways, I have one late night option, and I may be forced to take it. Right now I'm trying to get the whole show, and I'm rambling. I'm scattered. I haven't eaten. We'll talk when I get home. They don't seem to carry my ice cream there anymore, which is unfortunate. It's I believe too late. I think they close at 8. Yeah. Okay, so I'm too late to get to the nearest store. Gotta go to the far store. So I don't carry my ice cream. I don't carry my shampoo. Nobody seems to carry my shampoo. We'll see what they've got at this store. I may end up, there's a Shoppers, there's an all-night Shoppers there. I may end up my back there on the way back. But I mean, it's not, now that I'm here, it's like 10 minutes up to get some ice cream. That's what I'm doing. It's like 9ish. I'm right near the solstice, so this is as bright as it gets, as late as it gets. Just a sec. So yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night, and we get a few weeks of the year where it's bright like this late. It's solstice, and well, today's the 18th. We're just about there. They had my shampoo, which is good, because I know where to get it for a while, anyways. I brought a 20 with me. Well, $20.50, and I have 5 cents left. So I planned it well, actually. I got everything except some bagels I'll need to get tomorrow at the clothes store. Some salami at the salami store, which is more than a salami store, but for me it's just a salami store. And maybe some juice. Have to see how the juice is priced. I don't need a lot of salami, so it'll be just like whatever I have left I'll spend on salami sort of thing. I think they have a $5 limit though, so I don't want to go into cash. What I'm trying to get across is that if you're concerned about my budgeting, in fact it's worked out pretty much perfectly. So And I will have a little bit of money for Canada Day. Not a lot, but a little bit. Enough I should get through the night. Because I'm staying here. The fact that I'm staying here means that I don't have to pay the exchange rate, and I don't have to pay the bus. So that's like $30 right there. Right. I guess I'm just going home. But it's we don't get sun this late here for very much of the year. If I was a little bit further north, right? You gotta remember, I'm in the southernmost part of Canada, literally, right? So this cigarette has a lot to do with the fact that I have shampoo. I couldn't shower when I got home the other night because I didn't have any shampoo. So that's something I'm going to do tonight. Is my battery's just about gone. It makes sense. So I'll put this away, but it's few nights a year like this. Take advantage of it. Okay, so what's going on then? Well, it's 8:30 and I'm about to crash. I thought I would have gotten something done overnight. What the hell did I do? I guess I was in around 10, and like I didn't really eat until after midnight. No, like I didn't finish eating until like 6 o'clock. Somehow it took me 8 hours to eat. And then like I didn't finish the dishes until like 7:30ish. I went out to chase the cats around like 3 or 4 times. I spent a little time watching the Oliver Stone interview of Vladimir Putin. I watched like 3 hours worth of that. And I did it mostly when I was eating those. I mean, I guess I was responding to some Facebook comments. I lost the night. But I said that I wanted to finish eating and then talk. And at least I ate today. I didn't eat yesterday, right? Yesterday I said I wanted to finish eating and then talk, and then I didn't even eat. I just went to sleep. Today I said I wanted to finish eating and then talk, and at least I finished eating, so let's talk. And I mean, also it's now Monday morning, and I'm trying to explain what I did on Friday night. So I'm even tempted to say don't, right? Because I wrote it along. I'm just thinking, I know that a lot of people would rather listen than read, but in this particular circumstance, I think that all I'm doing is repeating myself. So, I'm gonna point out, like, I didn't. Some nights I'll film myself just like walking from A to B, but then like I'll film. Like I might only film myself talking to the bar, right? But then I'll film myself walking back from the bar. So I mean, the fact that there's no footage when I was actually there is not unusual. It's the norm, pretty much, actually. But like, there wasn't any talking in between, even, right? It was just like, I think I, I think I dropped it at like 10 o'clock on Friday night, and then it's like, I'm in Canada at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's like 8 hours of nothing, and that was the whole night, or at least it was. It wasn't actually because it was a double. It was a 2-day vlog, but I mean, it's not the point. It's just I should at least explain that, and it was just I don't pull my camera out when there's people around. I'm never gonna do that, right? So, I get on the bus and there's this guy following me there. So I don't take my camera out because there's someone following me there. And then I get in a, like I got a ride back to the, see now this isn't gonna make sense unless you do, okay. I'll explain the short version to this, and it'll sort of maybe be the explanation. Yeah. So the video version of this should be the explanation of why there was no video for the night when there normally is. Okay. Um, as you can hear, I'm a little tired of the fall asleep. I wanted to go do some grocery shopping this morning. I guess I don't need to do it like immediately. I can do it either tomorrow morning or even this evening. As long as it's not too late. I know exactly what I need, and it's a quick walk. So if I'm up at like 5 or something, just take a walk around 6. That's all. That's not true with yeah. No, I'll need to. I can maybe even just get the salami tomorrow morning. I don't need it right away. Anyways, so the video part, it drops out. I'm walking to Woodward at about 10 o'clock. It wasn't quite that late. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm walking to Woodward to take the bus to go to the gay bar. I had mentioned this in the vlog because it didn't seem important at the time. But I had shared a smoke with somebody outside at the art show I was at. And I think we talked a little bit about the art show. Oh, when I was walking. While I was there, I was out and I shared a smoke with someone. And then I went back in for a few minutes and then I left. When I got to the bus stop, the bus was like there as soon as I got there. So I got on the bus. I couldn't find my change. And this guy that I had a smoke with at the art show, and that I had actually mentioned, I told him where I was going, which was maybe I should just put it to you this way, is that I probably won't do that again. As in, I probably won't tell people exactly where I'm going. Unless I'm a little bit more confident that I know where they're going, or I don't think they'd be interested in following me. But anyways, I did happen to tell this person where I'm going, and it does seem as though he followed me to the bus stop, got on the bus with me. Even at that point, I wasn't really completely freaked out yet. So I went and I sat with him, and he wanted to talk about music, and so I just kind of listened. I mean, he was an older guy. He wanted to talk about music from the 80s, 70s, mostly stuff before I was born. He seemed a little bit surprised that I was more interested in like progressive rock than disco, but whatever. And it was on the bus that I realized. I realized he was following me because he kept like he initially said he was going to Ferndale, and then he said he was going somewhere else, and his destination got slowly closer and closer to mine, until it was, yeah, I'm getting off at the same place you are because there's an abandoned bar across, and it's just like, it was like I'm getting off because there used to be a bar here, it's just like, there really wasn't any coherency in what he was saying, so it was just really totally obvious that he was following me, so I kind of tried to get away from him, but he followed me anyways. So you can imagine the walk was a little bit awkward. I've noticed in the past that one of the ways to kind of deal with these sorts of guys, and whether it's, I mean, I can't know if he was trying to. I've been over this a few times before too. Maybe not in this particular context, but in similar ones, and it's like there's no way I can possibly know whether you're being chivalrous or whether you're just like trying to sleep with me, right? It's just like there's no way that I can know that immediately. If I get to know someone a little bit, even over the course of the night, I'm pretty intuitive. But I mean, like initially, I've known you for a few minutes. Like I can't tell if you're being chivalrous or if you're trying to fuck me, right? Um, and so one of the ways that I deal with guys that want to ask you how you're doing, or kind of um, uh, I guess dominate's a decent word. Just kind of hover over you is I kind of point out that while I may not be particularly muscular, I am in extremely great shape. Um, and it kind of hits at their ego, right? Um, if I can, I mean, this didn't actually happen, but if I could have beat this guy at a race, he probably would have walked. You know, it's to 100 meters right now, and if I win, he'd walk. He wouldn't have stayed, right? I mean, he wouldn't have. That would have been threatening to him, and he would have walked off, right? And it's kind of reading that and realizing that kind of um excuse me um kind of comes has kind of come in handy before. Like when I was at the bathtub pub last week, I guess I basically outwalked this guy, right? Like this guy follows me out of the bar, and it's like, you're the hottest girl in the bar, and starts touching my ass and shit, and it's just like the way I walked away from that is that I walked further than he was able to, right? I ended up walking something like 20 blocks up to the Coney Island, and he just stopped following me because I walked too far, right? And it was kind of the same thing with this guy on this night, except that wasn't far enough. I think that if the bar was 2 or 3 times as far, I may have just outwalked him, right? And that's something he even pointed out. He was just like, "Wow, you're walking really fast," you know. And on top of the just chasing, or sorry, the losing the guy kind of part of that. Um, I mean, like I said, that's what happened to me last week. Was I walked so fast that I lost him, right? Um, it's also kind of like it kind of what's what we're looking for? It kind of delegitimizes the concept of like uh, needing to like follow you around because you might, like if I can kick your ass, then like, you think your physical deformity is more valuable. It's just why. I mean, if I can outwalk you, then maybe I might even want to escort you to the bar. You know. Um, and I do actually kind of suspect that the kind of brisk walking may have kept me safe in the sense that it sent the right message. But I mean, there was an ambiguity as well. I mean, I'm not entirely sure this guy meant to hurt me or anything, right? It's just, well, let's go through the story here. So keep in mind, he followed me to the bus stop and then he snuck up on me. So that happened once, right? He also offered to pay for me to get on the bus, and at that point, I didn't realize what I was getting myself into, and I was like, okay, I'll take the dollar to get on the bus. I didn't need it, but I took it, right? Oh yeah, gave me a bit of a, he at least gave me a bit of a history lesson walking up a street in Detroit I'd never been to. That, I mean, by his description, it must have been initially, or maybe not initially, but some time ago, it must have been a fairly busy spot. I mean, it was maybe, I think it was 3 blocks. And I mean, like, I'm still enough in Detroit that the names of the street are first, second, third, right? I'm not that far out of Detroit. Um, but in the 3 block walk, he pointed out the bar that he saw the Clash play in, which was not there anymore. I mean, it was rubble. A place where there was a Muhammad Ali prize fight, which is boarded up. an empty parking lot that used to be a place called Bookies, and an explanation that the reason the place was called Bookies was because this was the street where all the bookies lived, and people would come down to the street when they wanted to gamble, right? Um, might be why the street's gone, but at the end of it, what's left is like I'm talking about 3 buildings that were substantial, right? One of them was an important punk bar in the region. The second was another, I guess, gas punk bar. He said he saw a Clash there. And the third was it had like a prize fight there. I mean, it was a long time ago, but the place is boarded up now. But the gay bar is still there, and the gay bar's been there for like 60 years. Right? That's how it is, right? So I get to the bar, and he immediately tries to buy me something to drink, and I'm just like, no. So it's the second time he tries to buy me something. And this time I refused him. And now I'm at the bar, and I think I need to get firm with him, right? So I explain to him in no uncertain terms. Listen, I came here to dance by myself. Stop following me around. You know, it's like fuck off. I didn't tell him to fuck off, but I mean, it's. I was clear that I wasn't happy with the attention. And so I went to dance because that's what I went there for. And then he follows me to the dance floor. So he doesn't listen either. Because at this point I told him not to do something that's not to do something that is all about me, right? And then he goes and he does that thing that's about me. So it doesn't listen either, right? I go out and sit in the patio. I sit there for a while. I should point out that I'm in this other bar because the main place I went to wasn't open yet. So I'm sitting there. And I was there for like a while, right? But he's still there. Eventually I get up, go to the other bar. But before, or the other part of the bar. Before I get over to the other part of the bar, I stop to take some pills. I come back, he's gone. I should actually point out, sorry, there was another spot before that night where he tried to buy me another beer, and I refused it. I should actually like. He puts a beer in front of me. I say no, thank you, and I explain why. And I say, here, why don't you have it? And he doesn't drink it. To me, that's iffy, right? You don't drink the beer. He says he didn't like beer. Well, why are you buying it for me then? So when he wants to give you a beer, and they won't drink it, that's a red flag, right? And I mean you don't need to read date rape horror stories. You just need to read the sagas, right? That's like the oldest Norse trick in the. It's the oldest book in the saga. Sorry, the oldest book in the oldest trick in the runes. No, I mean that's how you do it. That's how you poison your adversaries, right? If you don't want to read sagas, you can get the same thing out of Roman history, right? So, and in fact, that was the rule. That's how you determine whether this guy's trying to kill you or not. Is you insist that he drinks from the chalice that he gives you first. so you can all see, right? And if you refuse as well, that's when the armies are required, right? He wouldn't drink the beer. So any apprehension I was having had kind of, like at that point, it moved from apprehension to concern, right? Whoa, I'm ever sleepy. Okay, I gotta hurry this up, right? So I move over to the okay, so that means that's 3 times he tried to buy me something. I turned it on twice, and that's twice he snuck up on me and followed me somewhere. No, or is it just once so far? Yeah, no, just once he did, and he tried to buy me 2 beers there. Okay, so I went over to the other space. Or I initially go to the bathroom to take some pills. When I come back, he's gone because he thought I was going to the other spot. So I finish the smoke, I go back around to the other spot, and he actually comes in after me, indicating that once again he was following me, and once again offers to pay me, or pay. Just pay me, right? Um, Including cover to go in. So once again, trying to buy me something. Once again, following me around. Once again, not listening when I say no. Of course I refused it, right? That doesn't even matter what it is. I have to refuse that, right? Sorry, I was just yawning there. Or was I? I'm just scatterbrained. Yeah, no, he's trying to pay to get me in, right? So I'm just like, no, right? Now, then I go dance, and he tries to dance with me again, and I still say no. So how many times have I told this guy no over this course of this night, and why is he still pushing it, right? After trying to buy me lots of stuff, including a potentially spiked glass of beer. So the bartender picks it up just by watching the situation. He's like, and at 5 o'clock in the morning, rather than go out and maybe have him it sounds crazy to think he was out there waiting for me, right? Except he was out there waiting for me in 2 other occasions within the last 12 hours, right? It's not crazy at all to think that. I ended up in the bar late. Bartender gave me a ride because he saw what was going on. He didn't want to send me out there. He's just like, I mean, he saw me push back against the guy trying to buy me cover, right? Never mind trying to dance with me and me ignoring him afterwards. Like, it was really clear I didn't want him trailing me, right? So he offers me a ride back to the bus stop, like the tunnel bus stop, right? We got some eggs first, and we eventually made it down there and got off. Um, I think I wanted to sit there and kind of explain what happened at the bus stop, but instead, like the bus was right there. I barely caught it, right? And at this point, I'm thinking, well, maybe I can explain what happened when I'm walking back from customs to home, but my hands are full because I got a coffee in one hand and eggs in the other. So I can't do that either. So, um, it was a lost night. And as you can hear, I'm completely scattered. So I'm going to try and get some sleep. Am I done talking for right now? Yeah, I think so.